Hello! Good morning. Welcome back to Star Trek Online. Okay, everything seems to be running good. Got a lot of reputation missions. So let's go check out the reputation missions. And then we'll get on with Delta Flight. Yeah, because when I was doing off-camera stuff to catch up all the bonus gear I'd left behind, I had gotten some of the rep stuff done. Speaking of reputation, But yeah, basically once you get the actual reputation with one character, you get the ability to create these tokens which allow you to upgrade the experience on your other player characters, so it takes half as long for them to level up the reputation systems. And like when you level up the reputation systems, you get all kinds of crazy stuff like this, which allow you to just further define your character. Selenite joint Dyson spheres. What I need for this one. Yeah, because you need a total of 100,000 experience in each reputation to hit the level. It used to take, on my first character, it took 40 days each. On every successive character, as long as I buy them the token, it'll take 20 days of continuous grinding, or just 20 days in general. I mean, it's going to take that long. It don't matter if I do it all in one shot by like just continually going on grinding with all of the missions, or if I do it once in a while.
Ah, come in. I have a special assignment that requires a delicate touch. A science ship on patrol in grid Beta 53-30 received an encrypted message from the Voth.
The Voth? Aren't we fighting them?
This wasn't a message from a military ship or the Voth leadership. This was an encoded short-range burst from a Voth science outpost. I think we may have a friend in the enemy's ranks. It'd be best if any communication from our side didn't come from our leadership, for reasons you'll soon see. I want you to pursue a dialogue with this individual. See if we can turn them into an ally. That's all. I'm trying to contact any member of the mammalian occupying force who is willing to open negotiations. I am Nellen Exel of the Voth Circle of Archaeology, and I believe that we have common scientific goals that can only be achieved without the interference of our respective militaries. Working alongside the best minds of the Voth Circles of Science, I have been studying this celestial structure, its function and its original inhabitants. Our work has yielded some troubling information for those seeking to uphold the doctrine that we are the original intelligent species in the Delta Quadrant. The Voth Ministry of Elders maintains that science is only valid if it supports their own fictions of history. I've lost too many colleagues to this terrible government censorship. What I've been able to discover on my own and away from government interruptions is that this sphere was created by a race under direct control of a species called the Iconians. Even ignoring the huge cache of records we found here, the mere existence of this sphere proves that there are powerful entities my government refuses to acknowledge, perhaps to our ultimate doom. I will not be so naive. Left high and dry by my own people, I am left with few options. There must be a sympathetic ear out there that realizes we have entered the nest of an enemy that neither of us are prepared to face alone.
Computer, record new message. And basically every time you level up, I'll show it to you. Gotta go in the reputation system. The Romulan, the Dyson, the Terran, and the Iconian all have little submissions associated with them for completing the levels. The new Romulus one, if you get all 5 levels of it, it actually is a direct lead into the Dyson stuff. But because I wasn't here when it originally came out, I couldn't prep my characters for that, so that's just the way things are. Alright. We'll do message from another universe. I'll have to go to Deep Space Nine, but it's not too hard. Delta, Beta. Well, if I go to the Drafara system, I can then fly to Deep Space Nine. I wish I had like 750 million energy credits, because if I did, I could buy a really cool science ship that was available only for a short time. Oh, by the way, my ship's layout's a bit differently. I switched to a new console set. Yeah, to get the rest of this set, the other 3 consoles, I would have to buy where is it? I'm not seeing it. I'll go to ships, tier 6. Yeah, I'd have to buy this for like $120 to be able to complete that set for all of my characters, because these are the flagship ones. Kind of crazy that way. But man, if I had the money to do it, I would so own all of this stuff. Though, for the Iconian and Mirror Universe ones, it's not really that big a thing. Like, you don't actually have to like do missions or anything for them, and there's no cinematics involved. It's pretty much just audio logs. Unfortunately. Go to operations. Transmission 1.
Personal log, Admiral Lita. So little time. When I was merely a captain serving on occupied Bajor, I had no choice but to rely on seduction and misdirection. All my years working for the Terran Rebellion, and my Bajoran roots were still thrown in my face. Captain Lita, nothing more than a figurehead to placate the Bajorans. Resented by my crew and dismissed by the Admiralty. Then, the Orb of Possibilities was returned, and it showed me the way. Now, all possibilities are ahead of me. The orb showed me the Coast Emojin. Maybe the prophets were trying to warn me. The Coast Emojin showed me a hint of power. The Pa Wraiths burned away weakness, burned away age, burned away mortality. The future would be mine if I could just grasp it. Admiral, Fleet Admiral, perhaps more. Now, travelers have come from the future, back in time to give us weapons to destroy the Iconians. Travelers who already know my plans and my fate. I don't trust them, but can I use them?
And that was Lita from Deep Space Nine, and her original actress came back to voice the character. Now I just gotta get back to... Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little while before I can do that. Wrong button. This ability is now so much more useful than it used to be. Almost there. Let's just wait a second here. Yeah, I think I'll stick with what I have right now. Warp to Beta Quadrant. Yeah, basically this quantum slipstream drive was first introduced in Voyager, and they couldn't quite get it working. But the technology for it was brought back with the Voyager, like it was in their databanks, and they spent years cracking away on it, and now it can be used as a temporary way to speed up warp flight. Just quickly go through and take care of these things. Okay, let's go to department heads. See if there's anything here in diplomacy. There's stuff of espionage. One medical supply, 5 provisions. His money's really low. I'll be right back. Oh, right back to this character. Go into this one. Go to bank, account bank. We'll deposit 150,000. Alright. Change back to this character. Change from this character to this one. They like shortened the amount of time it takes to respawn this guy. There. And I'll give him a bit to work with. But here's the reason I want the... I wish I had more energy credits. This thing. But as you can see, it's quite expensive. Hell, if I could just buy it twice, I'd be happy. Now, was I... Oh, right. Going to Romulus. Go into the Admiralty system. There. Alright. Let's see, we'll use this one. And this one. Then this one should put us sufficient. Yeah, we're getting a new Admiralty system faction come Tuesday. The Romulans are getting their own. So that's pretty cool. Also on Tuesday I might be doing a short stream of this to kind of show you the new leveling system real quick. That would not be sufficient by itself. Okay, something for tactical. Let's see, I'll put that there. Will that get us close enough? Yeah, it'll get us close enough that it's a possibility to succeed. And that should also be close enough that there's a possibility of success. Go to New Romulus system. Yeah, every level of the Federation one gets you more captain skill points. That's for specializations. Beam to command center. No, wait, I should have gone to New Romulus proper, but that's fine. I can fix that. Just check, make sure everything's going through all right. Okay. Gotta go back up to space then. Doesn't look like there's a way from the command center directly to New Romulus's surface. New Romulus. I think this is the mountain pass area. Let's see, can I teleport to them? Okay, let's quickly do the New Romulus teleportation system. I think you only have to do this once. And then you can just teleport to the different areas independently. Edge of the map. You can get those little Snevom as pets. Doo-doo. One of these days I should just go through all of the new Romulus missions for you guys. That's like a really big one of those creatures over there. But a slim. I just gotta figure out how to get to the mainland. Ah, right. I think I have to go up through here. As you can see, New Romulus is a pretty big place. Randomly, you'll be attacked by like Tholians and Hirogen. You do a lot of little submissions for these kind of people, which will allow you to get like epos and stuff. Epos are like small little pets you can get. Yeah, these guys. That's an Eppo. Because vanity pets, yo. Really like the music on New Romulus too. It's not the most exciting place. You're just walking around the planet, just chilling. But yeah, as far as I know, you only have to complete the teleporter thing once. Like random groups of Klingons and Federation officers. Essentially, it was the alliance with the Romulan Republic that allowed the war between the Federation and the Klingons to end. Okay, what's the next one? We'll go up into this one. Got my headsets on, so less sound bleed and all that jazz. Plus, you have tall Shi'ar forces on the planet as well. Now, it was slightly off the direction I needed to go. But yeah, that's the thing you kind of have to deal with is when you get to certain spots, you have to deal with random enemies. Must have completed something in the Admiralty bar. Okay. Let's see, I need to get ones down here, so gotta go to the Epo fields. Epo fields. And that's why you do it, so you can quick travel between the various locations. But I need to go down into the Ishala forest. Let me just check real quick. No way, I think the mountain pass is where I was up before when I started fighting those enemies. Time to finish tagging my buffers in here. If you remember, this is the area we saw during the Blood of the Ancients quest. Now I just gotta get to the other side, go to the Plathos crater. Yeah, they have these planets that are called adventure zones, and it's essentially a planet that has a whole bunch of missions tied up in it that end in a big thing at the end of it. Didn't kill it fast enough. Ah, I get it. You just gotta go run between them, and that's how you trigger them. Ah, I think we're gonna fail it. Damn. But I think I know how you have to do it for now, though. And you kind of have to just hop between them, gathering until you have enough to make it out. Because it looks like you don't actually have to lead them to her, you just have to get them to start going that way. There's also random enemies you'll have to fight that aren't Herodian or anything, just like battle cats and stuff. Plathos Crater. I gotta go to the mountain pass. Excuse me. Can I just go into the base? That'd be cool. Haha! I can just go in. Just gotta wait for the loading screen. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you only ever have to do the teleportation quest once. Pretty sure. Not 100% sure, obviously. Let's see, do I have the field medic bonus? So my healing does better? Traits. Stubborn. Field research, field technician, and medical vanguard. Health. Yeah, it looks like I have the one you need. Level up. Intruder alert.
Look at those uniforms. You're a disgrace.
Plasma feedback. You can do some crazy amounts of damage if you get this hit right.
Picking up reports of intruders in the base.
Well, maybe it's the fact that it hasn't been completely ruined by industrialization yet. You ever think about that, you saucy tart? I forgot to grab the other civilian down here. So back I head to go pick up that civvy.
Picking up reports of intruders in the base.
I don't know if you can do this particular instance with multiple players, but I imagine you could.
We need to get this base up and operational.
Da 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 da.
Be quiet. You're as loud as a Klingon. Intruders, defend the array.
Foley and lockbox.
Picking up reports of intruders in the base.
Let's see, prisoners first.
Defending the array is our top priority.
This appears to be a subspace scattering device. It's somewhat reminiscent of Romulan cloaking device. Cloaking technology. This device would account for the fact that this base hasn't been shown up on long-range sensors. Disable generator. Download encrypted message.
Look at those uniforms. You're a disgrace.
Read Tal-Shiar files. Admiral, I've decrypted the message that was recovered from Colonel Hakiv to Admiral to Commander Raoul. Commander, the darkest hour of the Tal-Shiar is near. The Remans project is a failure. Even now, forces from Starfleet and the Empire approach our base at Brea 3. Sources indicate that the Empress may take direct hand in the matter. Although I do not know which side she will support, we will fight to the last man. But if Brea 3 falls, the Tal-Shiar must survive. We are the last hope of our people. Darkness is coming. We are either embrace it or surrender to oblivion. I'm depending on you to continue the work I've started. We can no longer risk direct confrontation with the Starfleet or the Empire. Use subspace scattering device to conceal your location for as long as possible. Move in the shadows. Act with deliberation. Use cat's paws as the demons have used us. The Remans are drunk on freedom. The remains of our people are scattered and broken, begging for scraps when they should be taking revenge. The Empress serves no one but herself. The Tal Shiar is the Empire. We alone remember what it is to be Romulan. I have the utmost confidence in your abilities. Do not disappoint me.
I visited Datan for the third and final time, Commander. He still worships the Vulcan's memory. He will not see reason. He is only one man, however. If misfortune were to befall him, perhaps his replacement would be more accommodating.
I have no interest in making martyrs, Sub-Commander. Attacking Datan directly would be yet another distraction from the real issues on this world. In this case, some assistance may be required. You understand the situation. Datan and his people are intractable. I need you to show them the error of their ways.
I don't need someone like you to explain things. Do you remember our agreement?
Continue to assist us, and you'll have your pick of the hunting grounds. The best and most powerful trophies will be yours.
I expect something better than that grunting beast by the river.
Of course.
It is done. Starfleet and the Klingons will be our prey. Once they are gone, Datan and his followers will be yours to command.
Don't think that's gonna work out too well for them.
Take a squad and secure the area.
Now I just gotta submit the recording. Okay. Now we can exit the base, or just teleport right out of it. Beam to ship. Okay, that's done. Now we teleport out of here. Let's see. What are we getting from Delta Flight? I'll have to grab this since I think that's the only mission you can get it from is that one. But yeah, as I get more and more stuff done offline with the reputation system, like unlocking new tiers, I'll save the missions there, then we'll go do them, and we'll be good. We be good, yo. Reputation. Yeah, I haven't reputated the Iconian one yet. Reputated? I'm not even sure that's a word. Before the start of the Iconian War, the Caridin Prime was a colony world with approximately 227,000 inhabitants from 22 different cultures. Then the Iconians arrived. A combined Federation Romulan Republic fleet managed to evacuate many of the inhabitants, but more than 300 people or 3,000 people are still missing. Long-range scans of the system reveal that the Iconians have broken up the planet for some unknown purpose, but as of yet the ships have been unable to approach to learn more. You are cleared from transport at your convenience. We'll be monitoring the system for Herald patrols while you're briefing. The transport room will be standing by to return you to the ship immediately if they enter sensor range.
Welcome to the USS Byrne. Normally I'm the security chief and second officer on the USS Kirk, but she took heavy damage during the battle in the Lena system. Until she gets out of dry dock, I and many of the crew accepted temporary postings to other ships. I wasn't expecting to get a request to join my father's task force, but Delta Flight is doing some good. I want to help.
Is it difficult working with your father?
It's not that unusual. My grandfather was an admiral, and my mom, and most of the people I consider my extended family are either in Starfleet or are like Seven, who might as well be. Truthfully, I think Dad's finding this more difficult than I am.
And her voice actress is the woman who played her in the last episode of Voyager.
I'm looking forward to it too. I don't know what crazy scheme my father's cooked up this time, but the more off the wall his ideas are, the more they seem to work. With you on the team, I'm sure we'll complete this mission. But let me know if you need me to translate. Dad has this habit of talking in phrases that went out of style 400 years ago.
I'll keep that in mind.
Warrior, join with us and stab at the heart of the Iconians. We will either be victorious, or we race towards Stovagor. Today is a good day.
Kapla.
I am the team's weapons expert. Most weapons on ships are too puny. I make them strong. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you loaded 5 quantum torpedoes into one casing? You have to reinforce the tools, but the result is most satisfying.
I'll consider trying that.
Andrew Weston, all-around genius. Don't let the lack of pips on my collar fool you. I'm just as good as anyone from Starfleet. Better even, because I don't let the rules get in my way. I spent some time at the academy, but I left when I realized Starfleet wasn't for me. Morale stayed. Always wondered if things would have been different for us if she'd had the courage to walk away when I did.
Moral had her own path, it appears.
Morale and I had a good thing for a while, but I don't know if it would have worked. If you think her dad's trouble, you should meet her mother. That is a scary, scary woman. Anyway, my main focus is computers, specifically encryption algorithms. I've been studying the Iconian tech, and I think I've made some inroads into the fractals they're using for... And you know what? The details don't matter. When it comes to taking out Iconian security protocols, I'm the man for the job.
Keep your focus on the job.
Jolan True, do you understand ancient Earth humor? Paris, the older one, keeps asking me if I am 2 weeks from retirement. Is that supposed to be humorous?
Not as far as I know.
I thought so. Look, when things get messy out there, and they will, stick with the team and keep your head down. If we work together, we might just get out of this in one piece. Most of us, anyway.
Hello there. I'm Ferrix, and I'm well, I don't have a specialization like most of the others. But Captain Paris calls me the cook. I don't know why. I can burn water, but it seems to amuse him for some reason. I'm a trader and blockade runner. Any place where there's conflict, there's usually a few good deals to be made. I wasn't too sure about leaving the Delta Quadrant. Knowing the territory is a good part of staying alive, you know. But Tom convinced me. And except for all the heralds trying to kill us, it's not too bad so far.
Good to have you on the team.
One of the things I've enjoyed the most about coming here is the opportunity to get to know people from other cultures. Klingons, Romulans, humans, Andorians, Betazoids. So many different, intriguing species. After this mission, how about we grab a drink? And I can tell you about the third time I left Beth in custody and then broke through a fourth defense line to recover the lost chalice of Zilma.
Let's see how this mission goes before we start make any future plans. Yes, yes. He left Beth in custody. That's all we need to know, is that he wasn't their prisoner anymore. Oh, right. I can do this now. New Romulus. Speaking of which, I've already gotten all the delivery for them. Okay.
I'm Canna Jinnis, the team scout. No one's better than I am at finding trouble, and believe me, I've found plenty. I borrowed my first shuttle off a landing pad when I was 10. I didn't think I'd ever have a chance to join Starfleet, but luckily, people like Captain Paris can see the person behind the incident reports. Now I have a chance to make a difference. It's good to get a chance to know everyone on the team before the action starts. It's bad enough fighting the heralds. We don't need any interpersonal conflicts muddying the waters. You can count on me, sir, and I know I can count on you.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Thanks for coming. Nice to see you again, especially after what happened at New Romulus and Lanus. As you well know, the war is not going too well. Delta Flight is one of the ways we're trying to change that. We're a cross-faction team picked for our abilities, not our politics. Now the Alliance needs us to handle an important mission. I hate putting your crew at risk too, but we're gonna need you on this one. Oh, not much. We're just gonna slip into a heavily guarded system that the Iconians already control, avoid detection and probable destruction, steal a Solanae device that could give them a beachhead in our dimension, and escape with our lives. Sound like fun?
I'm ready if you are.
So this used to be Calbryden 3. Intelligence believes that the Iconians destroyed the planet to gather materials for a subspace disruption device. We think they intend to use this device to open a door for their Solanae forces to enter our space.
A whole new fleet for the Iconians? We can't let that happen.
Exactly. But the planetary debris has created an asteroid field, and the mineral content of those asteroids will shield us from the Iconian sensor arrays. I've plotted a course for us, but we'll still need to watch for the Herald patrols. The station with the device is in the center of the debris. Weston will override their computers while we run interference. Once the station's shields are down, we'll eliminate it and the device with extreme prejudice.
Is that another reference from that ancient program about impossible missions you like to watch?
Something like that. The Alliance doesn't have a fleet to send against this station. We're it. If we can't do it, no one can.
So, no pressure.
I hope you're all ready to do the best flying you've ever done, because that's what we're gonna need to complete this mission. Let's head 'em up and move 'em out. Dismissed. The rubble in our way used to be the planet known as Calbryden 3, uninhabited, luckily, but they had high amounts of topaline, uridium, and boronite. When the boronite and uridium are combined and exposed to an electrical charge, they create spatially inverted tetraons. Lots of spatially inverted tetraons. That's why the Heralds are here, to create a pocket of our space where the Solanae can survive. From there, they'll expand, and what's good for the Solanae is fairly terrible for us.
Sounds like we've arrived in the nick of
The
time.
Heralds have set up a security beacon at the entrance to this system. We'll need to disable it before we can attempt to slip through this asteroid field.
Setting course for the security satellite.
Okay, Weston. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to take down this security grid. We only have a limited amount of time before a patrol comes by and finds us.
I need help inputting the proper subspace frequencies as I use my deflector dish to cycle through the possibilities. You'll need to match the alpha, beta, and gamma bands. With my subroutine scrambler, that should be enough to break through their security.
Ready, let's start the sequence.
Done it! Hurry! The security perimeter won't stay down for long.
Okay, here's the good news. The topaline and the planetary debris will hide us from the Herald sensors. Now keep the larger deposits between your ship and the Iconian station. If you stray too far off the path, they'll so keep moving and stay in formation. If you encounter any patrols, take them out as quickly as you can. We need to get in position before the Heralds know we're here. How would you rate your piloting abilities? Bringing up your navigational HUD now.
I'm not good at precision flying, so I'm gonna go with...
Stick to the path I've outlined.
I'm gonna try and stay on easy.
The mineral content of the asteroids will shield us from the Herald sensors. Try to stay in formation with the rest of the squadron. Let's kick the tires and light the fires.
I'm not sure what that means. Is it some kind of an alpha quadrant thing?
Kinda. I'll explain it later, Ferrix.
Fire your proton packs, kids. next turn is a tight one.
I hate precision flying because I'm no freaking good at it.
Easy enough for a talented, handsome pilot like myself.
Ah! Because you want to go full speed so you can hit them all quickly. But if you go full speed, you have less maneuverability. I don't know why they decided to try to put precision flying segments in this game, but as far as I can tell, you cannot precisely fly the ships.
Everyone's mom tells them they're
Let's get
handsome.
going.
Friendly
Stick close.
fire. Ow, I'm wounded.
But yeah. To me, these are just...
Fewer asteroids through here. More chances of being spotted.
Race you. Rear shield failing.
So yes, let's put time precision flying sequences in a game whose controls do not allow for precision flying. And of course, because you only have 13 seconds to get to them, you run out of time quickly.
Torpedoes loaded and ready.
We're in luck. Fire in the hole!
This reminds me of flying through Earth's space dock. They don't like it when you do that at full impulse.
Yeah. Wait. Who let Ferrex fly inside ESD? Weston?
No comment.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy night.
Ha! I've flown through worse in the Badlands.
Whoa, Moral. Watch the paint job there, Tiger.
Don't be a rear seat pilot!
I think you mean backseat driver.
But we're flying, sir.
Aero Patrol up ahead. Take them out before they can warn the others.
If they're fairly close together, it's one thing, but if you're looking at...
I'm jamming their outgoing transmissions, but no class.
Shields are down. We're taking on boarding party.
Damn it! Hang on, Moral. I'm bringing a team over to help. We need backup over here. Get a team and get over to Morale's ship. My team and the Burns crew have cleared most of the boarding parties, but there are still heralds trying to get to the bridge and more pinning me down near the armory. Head toward me. If we can team up, we can make make a push towards the bridge.
Man, Iconium ground forces are such bullshit.
Fell back here to grab some phaser rifles and got bottled up by those heralds. Thanks for the help. The bridge crew has sealed off the bridge and locked the ship's computers down, but the heralds aren't giving up. All of the remaining boarding parties are moving toward the bridge. If we don't get there before the heralds break through, they'll slaughter everyone there and set the ship to self-destruct. My away team's medic is already helping the Burns crew. Since your team is here, my people can take the wounded to a transporter and get them to safety. Now that you and your team are here, we can clear out the remaining heralds, get to a turbo lift, and head to the bridge. Lock and load, everybody. It's time to save the day.
I think that's the last of them. What's our status?
All the ships are secure.
Your ship is damaged and you have crew in sickbay, Morale. I don't want any unnecessary casualties. I have great respect for your abilities, but if this is some sort of Klingon, glory-seeking, never give up, today is a good day to die kind of thing...
Today is a good day to die. The Iconians are going to destabilize subspace from here to Alpha Centauri, and use that to bring over an entire fleet of ships as twisted and horrific as the Solanae who built them. We stop them here. Now. You said it yourself, Dad. We're the only ones who can do this.
As much as I hate to say it, you're right. If we live through this, your mom is going to be so proud, but she's going to think I was an idiot for trying to hold you back. That's if we live. What do we need to do to get your ship back up and running?
I'll help as well. What can I do?
I know a few of Andrew's tricks. Used one of his encrypted override codes to lock the heralds out of our computer so they couldn't take control of the ship. I could use some extra hands to get these systems restored.
Good
Nice
job
trick.
on the computers, Moral, but Andrew? Did he teach you anything else that got him sent to a penal colony?
Can't that wait until later, Captain? We need to get the burn back online.
That does it. Let's both get back to our ships and finish this.
But yeah, I think if you decide to do the hard version, you have even less time between gateways.
The heralds are going to notice one of their patrols is missing. Let's move. Time to pick up the pace, people.
I got some scans of those ships. Should give me an advantage when we get to the station.
We're coming up on the center of their operations.
Detecting Solanae energy signatures ahead. Solanae, ugh. They give me the creeps.
Wow, I've never seen
Target the
anything
ships defending
like
the
this.
station. Weston, you're up. We'll keep them busy.
On it.
Iconian energy signature detected.
Evasive maneuvers. Pattern, Paris Delta 2. We need to abort. We can't do this without Weston.
I can do it. Andrew gave me a backup copy of his algorithms in case something happened.
We're falling back.
Dad, I know you mean well. I have to do this. You know what will happen if the Solanae can break through. We'll lose everything.
Okay, Moral. You can be almost as stubborn as your mother, but I know when I'm beat. All right, people, you heard her. We're going in hot. Cover Moral's ship so she can finish this. We are Delta Flight, and we will not be stopped.
Attack the dreadnought.
I think this is the first canonical time you take out a dreadnought. Well, an Iconian dreadnought, that is.
Left on the station. Take them out now. Last note. Destroy it, and we can take out the dreadnought and finish this. Shields are offline. Destroy the dreadnought.
Not just to bring their shields up. I think they're activating the station. They're trying to bring the Solanae through. Give me just... Got it! Core shields down. Hit him now!
Detecting a power surge!
I have their main computer. They're still trying to start the conversion process, but their shields are completely down.
Okay, let's blow up this thing and head home. We're being pulled in. Evasive maneuvers. Yeehaw!
I found something interesting in a computer system before the station. It's coordinates for another sphere. And this one looks to be very strategically important. It might even be a secondary hub for the Iconian Gateway network. I grabbed everything on it I can find. I'll transmit the files to Captain Cogburn at Alliance Command. Maybe he can get a team together to investigate.
Acknowledged. It was a pleasure working with you, Lieutenant Commander.
The station is destroyed, and we've completed our mission. But not without paying a price. Weston was a talented engineer and a damn fine pilot. He may not have wanted to be in Starfleet, but there was a time I didn't think I was Starfleet material either. Sometimes rebels make the best officers. We know our duty. We just have our own way of getting it done. Exactly. It's been a pleasure flying with you. Maybe we can do it again sometime before this thing ends. Consider yourself an honorary member of Delta Flight.
Losing Weston is regrettable, but we needed a victory today. Thanks to you, we have one. Defeating a Herald Dreadnought is a significant achievement. Destroying their station and keeping the Solanae locked in subspace is even more valuable. The number of ships and soldiers we have is finite. We cannot allow the Iconians to have a numerical advantage, as well as a technological one. I will examine the files Lieutenant Commander Paris managed to recover from the Herald computers. Perhaps a strike on this space she found would be our next move.
From Paris with love. Okay. Who was it I needed to train as a pilot? So I need to either train Tovin or Zool as a pilot. We'll go with her. Skills, specialization, learn, pilot. And then I think once you've learned the three that they can learn, you can just switch between them as you see fit, based on what kind of ships you have.
The Empire requires your assistance with a covert mission deep in Iconian territory. It is dangerous, but if successful, it has a chance of turning the tide of the war in our favor. Report to the Denasia system. There you will meet a man named Ramir. He wants to explain the details of the operation to you personally.
Dun, dun, dun. We have to redo this mission a few times too to get all these traits you can get unlocked with it. Oh right, I got that new console I wanted to pop into my ship. Right. Okay, ship. It is a engineering console. Pop that out and pop that in. While it doesn't give the same big boost to turn rate, it increases a whole bunch of other stuff too. keep that other thing because I might want it for another ship.
Ready for transport.
Target confirmed. Transport confirmed. Granada will stand by until you're ready.
Kapla, and welcome aboard the IKSA. My name is Ramir, and this is my ship.
You asked for me personally?
You are a hero of the Empire, and Klingon intelligence is well aware of your abilities. I was given the authority to pick who would assist us on this mission, and your name was at the top of the list.
But you don't have much of a reputation.
If you do not know about my team or our missions, then I have been successful. There are many battles fought in shadow. Now, if you don't have any further questions, follow me to the briefing room. I will give you more details about our mission there.
I'd like to hear more about House Peg.
House Peg is the code name for a discreet group that serves the Empire. My team are all warriors, but you will not find us screaming battle hymns or leading the charge against an army. Guile and secrecy are our weapons of choice. There is honor to be found, even in dishonesty. If an enemy force can be felled by words or the simple removal of one troublesome individual, the entire Klingon Empire is strengthened by the acts of a few brave men and women. My warriors do not use poison, and we look our targets in the eye before they die. But there is no need to shout when a whisper carries more meaning.
A very enlightened outlook.
The past few years have brought about many changes in our ways, and a warrior who only uses one weapon would be a poor warrior indeed. As the mighty Kalis once said, a well-aimed blade can sometimes achieve more than a fully armed armada. Now let us begin the briefing.
Lead the way. Yeah, Klingon intelligence has always been kind of a dirty little secret among the Klingon Empire. But upon the introduction of like the Undine and several type of forces like that, things have been adjusted, as it were.
Data recovered from the station in the Calbridan system has pinpointed the location of a second base in the Demacia system, containing several of the Iconian's Omega generators. I understand you had a hand in recovering this information.
That's classified.
Of course. Nevertheless, we have the coordinates of the Iconian base. Our plan is to sneak in and sabotage the Omega generators. Taking them out will cripple the Iconians' ability to refine the Omega molecules that fuel their gateway networks.
How are we supposed to sneak into the system?
Infiltration is our specialty, and we have technology not available to other ships of the fleet. Our cloaking device can extend to protect your ship as well. That should be sufficient to protect us.
Sounds risky, but what the Iconians find us?
Then we fight. I expect we will have to fight our way out anyway, after we detonate the Omega generators. I hope your crew is up to the challenge.
What's the risk of nullifying warp travel for a few light years around the Demacia system?
Our scientists put the risk of a catastrophic reaction at less than 7%. That is an acceptable risk.
Any chance the Omega detonation is too great of a chance?
This is our mission. You, of course, have the authority to change our mission parameters.
I'll speak to your technical expert, see if we can come up with a better solution.
The lair is right over there. She will also be a part of the away team to help extract any Iconian intelligence we find in the facility. Be careful. Her mate Travana is very protective.
Cause yeah, lesbian Klingons.
What do you want?
Ramir suggested I speak with Belair.
Why?
Our mission parameters.
Don't worry, Travana. It's fine.
Ramir tells me there's a chance of causing an Omega chain reaction when we blow the generators.
Yes, but the chances are slight. If the charges are properly placed and calibrated, it should not be a problem.
There must be a better way.
Well, the risk comes from non-stabilized Omega particles. They are very unstable. If a chain reaction starts, we will not be able to stop it. If that happens, we'll lose our ship, yours, and anything within a few thousand kilograms at the least. But if that happens, the heralds in the system will be destroyed too. That's something.
We have the technology to stabilize Omega particles, but it'll take more time.
Right. If we were to stabilize the particles into one or more Omega molecules, the chance of a detonation would be greatly reduced. I will need to run some numbers. We will have to give ourselves more time in the facility, and there is a greater risk of discovery, but it might be the better option.
Agreed. Make your calculations, I'll update the mission
I
parameters.
disagree. Taking the time to stabilize the molecules puts the team in danger.
Afraid of a little danger, Travana?
You insult my honor. It is my duty to protect this team. I will not sacrifice Belair's, our lives, for needless precautions.
I'm changing the mission, and it's a necessary change. I won't be responsible for the loss of warp travel in this region.
So be it. Tuck.
I heard that.
We are beyond the Herald sensor range, but we should not approach any closer without the protection of a cloaking device.
Agreed.
Once we get close to the planet, we will not be able to risk a wide scan, so we will need to perform a series of pinpoint triangulation scans in order to locate the facility housing the Omega generators. At least we can remain cloaked while we do so.
Fortunate.
Once we have the location of the facility, my team will meet yours on the surface.
And when we're finished?
Then arm your weapons and prepare for battle. Our cloaks will do us no good after the Heralds discover our sabotage.
Affirmative. There's something on the surface of Dynastia Prime. Our scanners can only tell its Iconian nature. We'll need to coordinate with Ramir to get cut through the interference.
In order to expedite the triangulation process, my ship will move away from yours and perform our own scan. Once we have reached a distance of 4 kilocams.
4 kilocams is 8 kilometers, right? I'll move the Granada that far from your ship.
Position confirmed. Beginning scans. Sensor interference is preventing us from getting a good reading. Move to 16 kilometers. 16 kilometers confirmed. Beginning sensor sweep.
Belair here. I have coordinates for the facility, but I cannot do a deep scan without revealing our presence. We will be beaming in blind.
I'll prepare my away team to meet you on the surface. beam down.
This facility was very well concealed and shielded. Even now, our scans are so limited, we cannot get an accurate readout of the layout.
Omega generators put out large amounts of interference. Ambient radiation levels are elevated.
True, but our tricorders will be of assistance while navigating. Now that we are on site, there is something you need to know.
Withholding information from an admiral, Ramir?
Because I had orders which would supersede yours. I am not the leader of House Peg. Now that we have secured the landing area, it is safe for him to join us. Ramir to Hague, we are ready for him.
Kapla, you and your team have done well so far. Now, let us vanquish our foes. I am more than a figurehead. A man cannot lead an empire of warriors without being a warrior himself. I carry the Sword of Kalis, a weapon of fables, forged by Kalis the Unforgettable in the fires of the Kristok volcano, and cooled in the icy waters of the Lake of Lusor. This blade slew Molor, it conquered the Fakiri, and created a mighty empire. Now I will wield it against the infernal servants of the demons of air and darkness.
Do you think we'll need the sword here?
There is always a need for the Sword of Kalis. It is a symbol of eternal victory. No one who uses it can be defeated.
Continue.
We're right behind you.
Yes.
Sensors are picking up a different Omega generator. My team will handle this one.
So yes, that is a clone of Kalis, the man who forged the Klingon Empire. Sort of. If you read the book about Kalis, you find out it's actually a clone of Kalis' brother, but the records of what Kalis looked like back then are so vague, no one really knew. Freaking harbingers and their... I'm just gonna take this gravity well thingy and make it so you can't attack.
charges are set. We will meet with you in the hallway ahead.
We got some information from the Iconian network. How did you do?
We found a terminal. We can't read, but we can't read the data.
Fortunately, I come prepared. My tricorder is loaded with the best decryption subroutines available in the Empire. Wrote a couple of them myself.
Here, suit you.
This is interesting. There are battle plans here for the Delta Quadrant. The Iconians were advising the Vadvar for months before the conflict started there. In fact, the Iconians insisted that the Vadvar start their attack in the Krenim Imperium, although they didn't say why. I also see data on where the Omega energy is being distributed. This is good. If we use this, we can attack the subspace stations where... Ket, one of the Iconians, it is here!
Taket's presence doesn't change what we're here to do. Let's finish the job.
Yes, sir. We need to find the last generator.
Let's go.
That panel to access a visualization node located in the last Omega generator.
Zoom in on that. It's Taket.
An Iconian! My blood sings for this battle. It will be glorious.
I don't think you should face it alone.
Kalis, my Emperor, you are the strongest of Klingons. You wield the sword of Kalis. But there is no one who can face an Iconian in single combat.
Listen to Ramir.
The war does not go well for us. You all know what we face. Our people need a symbol to inspire them. That is what I was created to be. This battle will be one of legend. Every soldier of the Empire will have this tale on their lips.
Do they need a martyr to inspire them?
This is not my day to die. It is my day to kill an Iconian.
Travane, Belair, you want to weigh in this?
Who am I to argue with the Emperor? Firing a disruptor at an Iconian is like attacking a starship with a stick. The Sword of Kahless is a remarkable weapon. Might be the only thing that could work.
Part ways here. Complete your mission. I will descend to the lower level. Challenge the Iconian.
Fight well, Emperor.
Create a legend this day. Remember it. If anyone can kill an Iconian, it is Kahless. Niko Kara Enokila Edo Cham Kare Dokila Staparejo Mara Eko Rika 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 Pakare Hiroha Rika Rika Rika. Cat, I have come for you. Face me, creature. I challenge you to honorable combat. Come forth! I am Kahless, the Unforgettable. Destroyer of Molor, defender of Kamchi, and Emperor of the Klingons! In my hand is the Sword of Kahless, first of its kind. Will you not face me, Tiket? What could a being such as yourself have to fear from one man?
We are in.
So yeah, that crazy old Kahless decided, I'ma fight a god with a sword. Cause Klingons, yo. Well, not an actual god, mind you, but as close as one can come before becoming a Q.
Jaket's too strong. Nothing Kahless can do is hurting it. We have to weaken the Iconium, and I think I know how. Omega molecules gather energy like sponges in water. That's why a small amount of Omega can generate such a vast amount of power. Quick, find a console and activate the reactor. If we hit the Iconium with Omega, we might be able to injure it.
Thing's glitched, so no point in fighting it right now.
The honorable warrior will always prevail, demon. You are no god, Captain, and your tyranny ends now! Now, to finish this. Emergency transport now! We lost Kalis, and we were unable to stop the production of Omega molecules. The Iconian War will continue, and much blood will be shed.
The mission wasn't a complete loss.
True. The data recovered by your team in Belair will be valuable to the Alliance. The only thing to do is make sure it reaches them. To do that, we must escape this system.
You're right. We can't risk this intel not making it back to the homeworld. I've pinpointed an excellent transmission spot near here, where we can send out an encrypted microburst of data. If we don't make it out of here, at least the information can be of use to those who still fight. The Emperor's sacrifice cannot be in vain. We're at the optimal transmission location.
Iconian gateways. It's an ambush.
Come on, turn faster, turn faster, turn faster, turn faster. Okay. It's not like they'll attack me again, so second time while I'm doing the transmission, that would just be silly.
More gateways. Something big is coming through.
Of course they're gonna send more. Get rid of that fucking solar gateway. Things are such an annoying fuckwalls. Because they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do this massive amount of damage that'll just burn through your shield so fast you won't even know what actually hit you. And if you don't prioritize the solar gates, you will die. Because they don't damage any... I'm pretty sure the damage goes right through your shields. Ah, damn polymorphic viruses. Gotta finish getting all the shit first. Now I can go to Ops, Depart System.
I will mourn for Camus, but celebrate his life. He was a clone, but he found honor in this life. Now I trust he will find Sto to his liking. But before he fell, he showed us the Iconians are mortal. His sacrifice will lead our way to victory. Kapla! Hail Caelus, Emperor and Conqueror!
Okay, let's see. Selling all this crap. I'm selling all this crap. Excuse me. Okay. The Iconian War.
We have a lead on the Crinan. Voyager went to Crinum space looking for them a few months ago, but didn't find much more than a bardwar and some anomalous sensor readings. But now, we found a Ferengi selling what he claims are Crinum artifacts. You are authorized to negotiate with the Ferengi and obtain these artifacts. Follow the trail where it leads. We need a weapon against the Iconians, and the Vardwar have gone to a great deal of trouble to keep whatever secrets the Crinum have out of our hands.
So yeah, there's a bunch of little things here that are unique. While they're flying to that sector space, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'll be right back. I see. Childishness, childishness, childishness. Do, 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 do. Man, I wish I could be opening up crates like these people and getting all these fancy ships. A Romulan ship named the Ishtar. Huh. Business facilitator Quinn has rented space at the station for his private sales meeting. We aren't sure what object he is selling, but rumors are that it's a technological device of some sort. The price Quinn is asking for is significant. You could buy a moon for that much latinum. Command has been in contact with someone they think can provide some assistance. Until they arrive, though, our orders are to go ahead and make an attempt to obtain the device.
May I help you? Oh, wait, you must be. I'm sorry, but the business facilitator is busy at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
We had an appointment.
Yes, but Quen left me explicit instructions about this. He's in the middle of a delicate negotiation to triple his profits on the sale of a rare Delta Quadrant artifact, and cannot be disturbed.
Doesn't Quen want to hear an offer from the combined financial resources of Starfleet, the Klingon Empire, and the Romulan Republic?
Maybe, let's see, it was something. Krenin, I think? Oh, Delta Quadrant treasures are all the rage right now. Artifacts from cultures the Vaadwaur wiped out are particularly valuable. Quen's made quite a bit of latinum bringing them back through the gateways. Now, that profit-sharing plan he promised me hasn't materialized, but is it my place to complain?
I know you're just doing your job, but it's very important we get that artifact, please.
I'm sorry, but my instructions were very clear.
There must be something we can do for you in exchange.
Well, I'm sorry, but I need this job. I'm trying to save up enough for a ticket off this station.
We'll arrange for transportation for you anywhere you'd like to go free of charge.
You can? What am I saying? You have a starship, of course you can. Go on ahead. Glenn and the other guy are in the cargo bay, but you better hurry. They were trying to get the deal finalized before you could stop them. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting us pass. My crew will make arrangements for you. Legitimate business.
Not so fast. The gentleman with the rather imposing associates over there has just made a very competitive offer for the device. Care to make a counterbid?
I'll make it worth your time to deal exclusively with me.
There weren't any other buyers, Quen. Now what do I see? Romulan Republic refugees probably here to beg for another handout. Guards, get these riffraff out of here, so I... Enemy target on center.
Nausicaan should know better than to turn against the Empire.
Fine! I'll add when I was going to pay those guards to my offer. Hold it!
I am Nog, son of Grand Nagus Blanc. And I am a Ferengi. When you deal with these people, you deal with me. You have a choice. Either deal with me, or I ask my father to have a word with the Liquidators about your poor business practice.
Well, I'm sure we can come to an understanding.
That's what I thought. Now, kiss this guy. Get out! Not you, please.
And yes, that is Nog's actual actor voice acting the character in the game.
Here's my best offer. How about we agree on a price, and you get your Delta Quadrant doodad, and I leave. Everyone's happy.
Not so fast, Quen.
No? Fine. How about I answer your questions and maybe then I get to leave? But let's get on with it. Every minute I stand here, I'm losing a strip of platinum. Time is a very valuable commodity. The device is Krenim in origin. Specifically, it's from the Krenim Imperium. Constructed sometime in the mid-22nd century, if I had to take a guess. Strange piece of technology. I haven't seen anything else like it. Highly advanced, and it has hallmarks of Krenim work. But it's, odd. Definitely odd. The Vatlar, that's what. At one point, the Krenim Imperium held more than 200 star systems in the Delta Quadrant. They lost some of that territory in the capital wars, but overall they were doing well. Not the biggest business in the quadrant, but not the smallest either. When the Vatlar started their war, Gaul took a special interest in the Krenim. Bombed them back to the Stone Age, and then some. As far as anyone knows, the Krenim are basically extinct these days.
Where did you get the device?
I picked it up from a Talaxian who wanted to trade for supplies. He told me he got it from the Kayana system. That was it. There used to be a Krenim colony, but it's gone now, just like the rest of their empire.
Gone? The Blood War destroyed them?
He wasn't very clear on that. He just said, gone. If I'd asked any more questions, he might have increased his price.
Anything else?
As a show of good faith to the son of the Nagus, I'm willing to tell you for free. But don't let this get around. It would ruin my reputation as a businessman. The device emits some unusual energy readings. The shielding may have malfunctioned, or maybe it's not fully operational anymore. I'm not sure. But that's why I'm selling it as an antique. As is, and no refunds.
What kind of unusual energy readings?
Do I look like a member of the Vulcan Science Academy to you? I don't know. It's yours now. You paid for it. You figure it out. I hope it doesn't blow up your ship. Now, may I go so we can put all this unpleasantness behind us? I want to drown my sorrows in a comic cocktail and think about all the profit I didn't earn today.
Go and stay out of trouble.
Don't let the staff of Odyssey and these good looks fool you. I'm here as a Starfleet officer, and I don't normally flaunt my family connections. But in this case, it seemed like the best way to solve the problem. So I borrowed my dad's second best staff.
Thanks for the assist. I didn't look like Oglo was going to let us purchase this Krenim artifact while he was still in the room.
Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the Vatlar purges. For now, though, perhaps we should concentrate on learning what we can from this device.
Agreed. We should Now, what should we do about the force field?
Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it. This isn't a very sophisticated system. It's hardly what the left. If we overload the EPS contents, we'll create a cascade failure in the system that the control protocols won't be able to handle. That should drop the force. It's true, my father is Grand Nagus wrong. I don't normally have much to do with his business dealings. But in this instance, a little show seemed to be the best way to solve our problem.
How'd you end up in Starfleet?
I grew up on Deep Space Nine with my father and my Uncle Paul. That was back before my dad became the Nagus. He was just a maintenance tech. Like my father, I preferred engineering to business. Captain Sisko helped me get into the academy, the first Ferengi ever to join Starfleet. Then my grandmother started seeing Grand Nagus Zek, and there were a lot of changes on Ferengi. When Zek decided to retire, he thought my dad would be the right person to see them through.
I see.
Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors. Quinn left without taking down the security, but fortunately I know how to get around it. I don't mind telling you a bit about myself at all. I grew up on Deep Space Nine with my father and my Uncle Paul. That was back before my dad became a Nagus. He was just a maintenance tech. Like my father, I preferred engineering to business. And Captain Sisko helped me get into the academy, the first Ferengi ever to join Starfleet. I fought in the Dominion War, which is an experience I never want to repeat. And I spent some time on exploration ships. Then it was back to DS9 for a while, off to Utopia Planitia to work with the SCE, and finally taking command of the Chimera. Now I get to see the technology I helped develop at work in
A long, interesting career, Captain. Glad to meet you.
Interesting. I know Quinn left without taking down the security. I think you can overload the EPS conduits in the corner there.
Overloading the EPS conduits on the Drosna station's not that hard. That place is barely holding together.
Now that the power flow is disrupted, we can override the administrative access requirement.
Alright, I'll override the controls next.
Yes! Over here by the army. Excellent. Now we can get a good look. The waveforms aren't like anything I've seen before. I think I'm getting something. This is definitely Krenim in origin. And Quinn was right on the age. I'm also seeing some repeating elements in the base code, almost like a signature. And that strange energy Quinn was talking about is actually chronotons. A lot of chronotons. And chronotons mean temporal manipulation. This little box just got a lot more interesting.
I hate temporal mechanics.
I'll take the device back to my ship, the Chimera, and have a look while we're on the way to the Kiana system. From what I understand, Voyager sent an away team to the Kiana system a few weeks ago, but they encountered some resistance and were forced to pull back before they could find what they were looking for. But now that we have this, maybe we'll be able to find what remains of the Krenim, if there's anything left to find.
Understood. See you in the Delta Quadrant. After this mission, I will probably call it a day for this game, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to switch to another one.
I've explored many places as a Starfleet officer, but this is my first time seeing the Delta Quadrant. According to Quinn, the Krenim artifact came from this system. I hope we haven't come all this way just to chase ghosts. I've had a chance to look at the Krenim device, although I'm not sure how to activate it yet. It's definitely designed for temporal manipulation, although I don't think it would enable someone to travel through time. It's almost like a step sideways, if that makes any sense at all. I'll keep working on it and let you know if I learn anything more.
Perhaps we can find something here that can explain it.
Voyager's preliminary scans of the system turned up a number of anomalies, but nothing conclusive. According to Krenim records, though, there's supposed to be an M-class planet in this system. We're not reading anything like that on the sensors.
Maybe the planet was the source of the asteroids. We're also picking up some wreckage.
Could be. Let's check that wreckage out first. It might give us a better idea of what happened out here. And we should be on the lookout for Vodwar. Preliminary scans indicate they've been actively patrolling through this system.
Agreed. Let's set course for the wreckage and see around the asteroid.
Keep an eye out for Vodwar. They're still patrolling this area.
Because the Vodwar aren't completely at peace with the Delta Alliance.
If I had to place a bet, I'd say that wreckage is where this artifact was found. Heads up! Vodwar on an intercept course. Wreckage appears to be Krenim. The weapon signatures are definitely Vodwar. According to Voyager, the Krenim were a fairly small society. There had to be a reason the Vodwar went out of their way to target them. Let's move. There might be more ships in range. There are more Vodwar on an intercept course, but we may be able to avoid them. I suggest we use the mineral content of the asteroids Ivar to conceal our energy signatures. Vodwar sensors aren't as good as ours. Most of their technological advantage appears to be directed toward making better weapons. So it should work, as long as we don't attract their attention before we get out of their path.
Yep. Like so many of the bad guys in Star Trek.
Harold! They must be looking for that Vardwar patrol. I don't think those Heralds detected us. Let's hope they don't come back this way. Herald's inbound. The Vardwar must have gotten a signal out.
The USS Chimera is actually a ship I'd get for free if I get like I think it's like 700 days membership or something like that.
About the Krenim that was such a threat to the Vardwar and the Iconians that they're still patrolling the old Krenim systems. If we can find more Krenim technology, or maybe unlock what we have, we might be able to find out what is so important. That could be something the Alliance can use against the Iconians. I recommend that the Chimera and your ship patrol the outer system while we take an away team to the surface. I'll bring the device and keep trying to learn more about it.
Agreed.
This doesn't make sense. There's nothing here that would cause the readings I was seeing from orbit, but there are traces of chronotron particles. I've never known chronotrons to appear naturally without some sort of temporal manipulation going on, but there's nothing here. I'm starting to come up with a theory, but I need some more data. I recommend we take some additional scans. Exactly, but we need to be quick. Those patrols we encountered in orbit will be missed soon. I'm going to order the Chimera to try to avoid contact, but warn us if more ships arrive. These tall spires are charged with temporal energy. Curious. It's almost like it's in a state of temporal flux. I need to get some scans. There's something going on.
Well, we remember earlier
There are more mineral deposits over there.
in Uneasy Allies, Uneasy Alliance,
There's a
Sela
frequency here that's not natural.
mentioned that time travel is the one thing that most races in Star Trek can do that the Iconians can't. And if this race was able to create technology that could that easily manipulate time, why wouldn't they want them gotten rid of?
These anomalies have a shape, like a warp field, but not quite the same. The only other place I've seen sensor readings like this was in the wormhole.
Heralds have landed and are approaching your position. Fall back to the Granada. We'll deal with the Heralds already here.
They'll be here any moment. This area looks defensible. Get ready. I have an idea. We need to use the device. I've been trying to activate it, and I've almost got it. Keep them busy. If I can get it working, I should be able to conceal us.
Work quickly.
Here they come!
Well, I'm inside this field. I have slightly better defenses.
I'm working as quickly as I can. Watch out! There's more of them! I need more time to align these frequencies! Almost there. Just one more connection and that should...
Nog? We have to move to that ridge.
Plus, I managed to buy us some time. It's taken me some time to convince the Krenim to help us, but they finally agreed. Remember how I said the device could remove someone from the time stream? It did. That's where we are now, in the temporal bubbles. And how we perceive time in here is a little different than outside. That's why the Heralds can't see us. We're out of their timelines. Out of all timelines, in fact. While we're here, it's almost like we don't exist.
And not existing is an improvement?
No one's shooting at us. I think that's a good thing. The Krenim are... they're a little touchy. Almost being driven to extinction by the Vaudouar has made them suspicious. But they're willing to talk to us if we help them stabilize the temporal energy. I suggest we help. I wouldn't want to be in here if the fields collapse.
Let's talk to the Krenim.
I've had some time to observe you and Captain Nog, and your actions make it clear that you are no friend of the Vaudouar or the Heralds. This does not, however, assure me that you will be allies to my people. The Krenim have lost much. Our empire is gone, and our people have been killed or scattered. We are what remains, and I will do whatever I must to protect this system, even if it means leaving you to face the Heralds alone.
What can we do to prove ourselves?
You have already repaired some of our emitters that were damaged by the attack, but there is more yet to do. Should our temporal equipment fail, this location will be instantly overrun by Heralds. If that happens, none of us will survive.
What can we do to
More
assist
of
you?
our emitters must be realigned, and there are other pieces of equipment my people are already working to repair. Assist my team, and then we will talk again.
Your fight overloaded some of the power couplings we used to moderate the temporal flow. If we had a contained space like the technology was originally designed for, this wouldn't be a problem. Keep pushing the boundaries of what these flow modulators will do. I'm rerouting the power to take stress off the damaged couplings. But first, we need to get this capacitor aligned and ready for the transfer.
Who invented this technology?
The temporal technology was developed by a scientist named Anorax. He's still a mystery, even to us. We know he was a ship commander in the Imperium fleet and a genius in temporal mechanics, and that he started work on his inventions in the late 22nd century after our war with the Rilnar. Perhaps he saw temporal manipulation as a way to change our fortunes. We know he was working towards weaponizing his designs, and I can tell from what little I've seen that it is possible. But full access to his data is restricted, so I don't know the full capabilities of his work.
Sounds like a brilliant, troubled man. Now what did you need help with?
Your fight overloaded some of the power couplings.
I'll do what I can to assist.
Okay, now it's starting to look like something.
Shit, I can do that stuff like practically with my eyes closed. That's like the most common minigame in this game.
The temporal compensators are out of alignment. They help keep us at a stable point in the timeline. If they fail completely, we could end up lost in time. Grab a hyperspanner. We need to get this fixed before the drift coefficient moves out of the safe zone.
Can I ask you something? For an Imperium, the Krenim don't seem to have a lot of resources.
The Imperium was at its peak in the mid-22nd century. At that time, it controlled more than 900 planets, and our territory spread across more than 5,000 parsecs. Then came the Wilnar, and the Zal, and the Garanor, the Mawasi, and the Nahydron. Our wars chipped away at us, carving one planet after another away from the Imperium. There were only 27 planets left when the Badwar came. Now, almost everyone on those worlds is gone too.
What did you need help with?
Temporal compensators are out of the...
Good. I'll put the next location on your tricorder.
It's interesting seeing what these guys look like when you're slightly out of phase of time.
Hold this. You know, hold it right next to the bracket. Or the spanner won't... There. Got it. Thanks. Something is putting too much stress on these components. I'm not sure what it is, but we don't have enough spare parts to keep rebuilding this transceiver. Grab a tricorder and run a level 3 diagnostic. Maybe there are some microfractures. If we can find and repair those, this should hold out until I can fabricate a new unit.
Can I ask you about this technology? Why are you having so many problems with it?
Anorax's original designs are for a temporal field that's big enough for a ship, sizable but finite. We've adapted the tech to cover much larger areas, but that makes the field more unstable, and we had to get everything operational before the Vadwar found us. So we cut some corners. A lot of corners. We're making updates and repairs as fast as we can, but we can't afford a failure. This tech is the only thing keeping us alive. Hold this.
Something is putting too much stress on there. There may be microfractures. If those are repaired, it should hold until a new unit can be fabricated. Scan for microfractures. Formulate epoxy. Repair microfractures.
That should do it.
More dangerous than a question.
You've shown you're willing to help. Now perhaps we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
How?
We have Anorax's plans, but not the... Interesting. The heralds are opening a gate.
What? This is actually a really cool little scene.
Repairs should be enough.
I beg mercy, Great One. It appears they used a cloaking device and escaped.
You are forgiven. Make preparations to depart.
As you command.
An interesting development.
These sentients have proven to be resourceful.
Need.
The only protection left to my group is our ability to manipulate time. But it is something we must do with great care. Even the most innocuous of changes can ripple through reality in unexpected ways.
You're talking advanced temporal theory.
My people and I have made Anarax's theories of temporal manipulation our lives' work. In at least one temporal variant, his ship made the...
We must not act in haste. We will continue with our plan. The whole must be as one. The whole must be as one. The attack on Iconia broke our unity. We were divided, diminished, weak. The others saved us from oblivion, but it took centuries to rebuild our bonds. We cannot risk more loss. The whole must be as one. The campaign will continue as planned.
What is this mysterious other they talked about?
They couldn't see us. There were Iconians right in front of us and nothing. They had no idea we were here. We were completely safe.
You're right, this could be what we need.
The only protection left to my is our ability to manipulate time. But it is something we must do with great care. Even the most innocuous of changes can ripple through reality in unexpected ways.
You're talking advanced temporal theory.
My people and I have made Anarax's theories of temporal manipulation our lives' work. In at least one temporal variant, his ship made the Krenim Imperium the undisputed masters of this region of space. If only we could recreate that vessel.
What vessel?
Anarax designed a ship, a wondrous vessel that could manipulate the time streams and erase elements in an attempt to bring about a desired result. Our records show that he even attempted to use this vessel to restore the Krenim's fortunes, but he was defeated by an unknown alliance. Afterward, the Krenim Imperium declined, as perhaps was its fate all along. We were diminished, but content to let time progress as it would, until the Vatwar. The first Krenim worlds to fall managed to warn the others. When the Vatwar came, we hid ourselves in the time stream. It was the only way we survived. Before the Vatwar arrived, we were working on a replica. It was a replica of Anarax's time ship. With it, we could have gone back and eliminated the Vatwar threat before it even began. The Vatwar's assault on the Imperium took too much from us. Now we possess Anarax's work, but not the means to bring it to life. You have seen what our technology can do. We have the designs. You have the manpower and the materials. Perhaps your governments would be interested in mutual cooperation. Allow us a chance to undo what the Vatwar did, and we will give you something that will erase your enemies from time itself.
A generous offer, but it's one we would need to consider carefully. Do you want to risk all that's left on a chance for success?
There's more here than what you've seen.
You've hidden the entire planet?
Yes, we removed ourselves from the time stream to stay alive. With your help, we can change everything.
You hid an entire planet, but you can't build this time ship on your own?
We have the plans. Our resources are almost gone.
We have shipyards, workers, all the materials you can need.
Precisely. We revealed ourselves to you as a gesture of good faith. What will you do in return?
We'll need to take this back to the Alliance.
The Iconians and the Heralds are gone. It's safe to resequence our time and contact our ship. But this is huge. A whole Krenim colony that survived the Vatwar? One that has temporal technology that even the Iconians can't counter? A weaponized timeship that can erase entire civilizations like they never existed? This could change the entire war. We could have a chance now.
Granada, we're ready to beam up. Sir, what happened? We've been scanning for you, but you just disappeared. You've been hiding in debris stay from the Herald ships, and then, sir, you were... Not gonna believe this. There was an entire planet. Now. An entire planet. Did you find something down there? Something that could conceal an entire planet? I'm looking forward to hearing what happened. We found the Krenim. I'll explain as soon as we get back on board.
Temporal mechanics is not a complication we need, but this weapon they are proposing sounds intriguing. You and Captain Nog were correct in thinking the Alliance would be interested in investigating such a thing. Personally, I approve of anything the Iconians might be. Kapla!
Okay. I think we'll call it a day for today. At least on this game. It's 2:48. Yeah, I'll call it a day for today. See everyone later. See you tomorrow for our next games.